Hey, what's up guys? I'm Silky Crisp, and for the last several weeks I've been applying this method to my weakest benchmarks in Voltaic, and I've seen a lot of success getting new high scores. I've given this same playlist to guys in Discord and also in my Twitch chat, and they've had a lot of success with it as well. So I figured I'd come here to YouTube today and share this with you guys. This is something that I think would be very valuable to apply to your weakest benchmark, maybe doing this at the end of your session for the day if you play a fundamental routine, or after a game-specific routine if you're trying to get better at a specific routine, but also climb the Voltaic benchmarks. You know, I don't recommend only playing the benchmarks, but this is a valuable tool to get new high scores in those scenarios that you're struggling with. So what is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 method? It's really simple. We play the novice version of the benchmark once, the intermediate twice, advanced 3 times, and then a smaller or some harder version 4 times. So that's 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10 minutes of variety focused on a specific benchmark. And then I have the actual benchmarks listed here 5 times. Just pick one of these that you're trying to get a high score in. So if you are trying to get gold, just play the novice version 5 times. If you're trying to get, you know, jade or master, just play the intermediate version. And if you're trying to get grandmaster or higher, just play the advanced. I don't mean that you need to play all of these exactly as it's listed. Nothing wrong with doing that. I just was envisioning only playing this entire playlist for around 10 to 15 minutes. So there's nothing wrong with just doing the 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 10 minutes of solid practice. Or you could add on another 5 minutes focused on a specific benchmark for 15 minutes of total practice. So why do I think this works, and why has it helped other people? I think it goes back to another video that I talked about, which was how to improve at any game. And it comes from a book called Make It Stick. And one of the studies that they mention in this book was 2 groups of kids. The first group was throwing a beanbag into a bucket that was only 3 feet away, and they were measuring their accuracy. You know, these were, you know, younger kids. And then they had a second group that was throwing a beanbag into a bucket that was 2 feet away, 3 feet away, and 4 feet away. And what they found was the second group that had more variety, that were throwing it into the 2-foot and the 4-foot bucket and not just the 3-foot bucket, they were actually performing better throwing it into the 3-foot bucket than even the group that was only throwing it into the 3-foot bucket over and over. So variety seems to help people learn motor skills faster. And so I thought, okay, that makes a lot of sense. But I've also experienced, and I know a lot of other people in the aim training community have experienced, that playing more difficult versions of scenarios makes you better at the easier versions, but it's not necessarily, the opposite is not always true. If I play the novice versions, it doesn't mean that I'm really going to get better at the intermediate, but playing the intermediate, certainly I get better at the novice. I don't know why that is. It seems that challenge kind of creates growth. But I think there's some value in definitely playing easy, medium, hard, and extreme versions of each of these benchmarks. So the reason that I have you only play novice once, but the advanced 30% smaller, I have you play 4 times, is for this reason, that I and others have experienced better growth from playing the more difficult versions. So I figured, okay, this is kind of combining variety, but also placing more volume on the harder versions of the benchmarks. Please try these out. I'm going to leave all 16 playlists here. I've got codes for all of them uploaded to KovaaKs. All you got to do is go to the online playlist tab, paste in the code here, hit search, and it will add that playlist right here to your online playlists. Some of them, like AngleStrafe, the movement scenarios, I've only got an intermediate here. I don't have a novice version of the benchmark. That's just because no one's created that yet. I'm not the greatest at creating scenarios in KovaaKs. So if somebody wants to create an easier version of the intermediate benchmarks for the movement scenarios, I'd appreciate it. Just let me know in the comments, and then I can update this playlist later. But again, you just pick the benchmark that you're trying to set a high score in for 5 times. You don't necessarily need to play this all the way through and, you know, play a single benchmark over 30 minutes, but you can if you want. Just throwing that out there. Let me know if you guys have some success with this, and I will leave a link to another method of improving at the benchmarks that I think you guys should check out. This is from Low Gravity 56. He's got a benchmark specific focused playlist that you could do once per day if you guys want to try that out. I'll leave a link in the description to his video covering this. I think this is also a valid method of improving at the benchmarks as well. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.